Round one, we are on the draw. Our opponent is mulliganed, and I think we are too. Although, double aristocrat, that could be a thing. Like, if we rip a couple mana here, this hand could get really good. We're on the draw. We have two one-drop plays. We could get it. I think I'm actually going to keep this. This is a weird keep. I probably ordinarily wouldn't necessarily feel good about keeping a hand like this, but this hand seems like it does a lot if we draw, you know, a couple mana. Not to mention we're on the draw, so I feel like we even get a turn or two grace period. Like, we just got the literal perfect draw there. Whoa. My opponent is playing some colors. Okay, so probably want to do Pale Rider discarding Accomplice, because Accomplice can come back later. Can't really discard the Blood Mad Vampire for value. I could play another Aristocrat in case I draw the land so I can play the Masquerade, but Pale Rider is also going to be insane with Masquerade, regardless of whether it gets bigger or not. All right, a non-blocking wolf. That is what I like to see. Hey, third land, perfect. All right, so we can play the Masquerade now. Probably just want to play the Blood Mad Vampire, though, because that's going to let us attack in next turn pretty safely and still grow our Blood Mad Vampire to gross proportions. So let's just smash for 4 here. All right. Well, let's jam the Masquerade. All right, looks like it's just, that's a good question, isn't it? Probably actually want to take out the Embry Wolf. How many wolves does my opponent have? I guess that's the real question. I'm going to take out the Embry Wolf and hope he doesn't have another wolf in there somewhere. We'll find out. Could have attacked with just the Pale Rider, I guess. Not offered the trade. That might have made sense too. I'm not sure. Looks like he doesn't have a wolf. Soul Swallower, you got it. So, 4th land. So, I guess I just swing with Pale Rider and play the Mad Prophet. I don't think I'm discarding anything, though. Sin Prodder is a good card. Not a wolf, though. Ooh, Westvale Abbey. Well, that's pretty good too, especially when your opponent's at 9. So we're not going to discard any of that. So I guess we just swing with the Pale Rider. Maybe shouldn't have shown the Westvale Abbey first, but that's all right. I think we're pretty likely just slamming a Gatstaff Arsonist here. All right, we'll take out the Sin Prodder. Doesn't look like the Soul Swallower is of any immediate danger. Although, I guess leaving with the 2 toughness guy only does let us attack in better with the Mad Prophet. But I'm still going to take out the Sin Prodder, I think. Makes more sense to me. Sin Prodder seems much more of an annoyance at the moment. Could have actually, I guess, after first strike damage, sacked the Pale Rider, which would not have been bad. I can still do that here too, which is kind of cool. So let's use Mad Prophet first, actually. So let's ditch this. Duelist. That's cool. So, oh, he can block with his wolf now, though. I see. Well, let's play the Aristocrat. And let's swing with Gatstaff Arsonist. Okay, so we kill the Arsonist, and then after first strike damage, we sack the Arsonist to our Aristocrats. And then we pass. So now we're in a position where we can even sack Mad Prophet to make these guys bigger. Fork in the road, okay. So opponent's going to get 3 card types in their graveyard. But can't block with the Soul Swallower. I think that means time to sack the Mad Prophet. Okay. So got game 1 against a 4-color deck. Red, blue, green, black. Yeah. Playing all sorts of different cards. We haven't seen the splashes yet. Sin Prodder is very powerful. Soul Swallower is, if you can consistently get Delirium. Howlpack Wolf seems a bit out of place for the deck, but he does have some other wolves. And because he's playing green and red, maybe he's got quite a few wolves. Sideboard. Do we have anything for X1s? Does he have X1s? Now I can't recall. I feel like we just saw Howlpack Wolf and Imbrai Wolf. I don't think we saw anything with 1 toughness that I can recall. Maybe we did, but I can't remember. So I think we're just going to keep it like this and do it again. All right, we've definitely got to keep here. No red mana, which could be a problem, but if we get red mana, we're actually in pretty amazing shape because we get to go air into Blood Mad Vampire, which seems like very good synergy. Fork in the road. Opponent is getting his fixing on. Still playing the Heir of Falconwrath because it can fly, which is good against blockers, unlike Pale Rider, whose Skulk ability I tend to forget about, sometimes to my detriment. Okay, well, I can't save that. All right, Pale Rider, and I guess we'll ditch the swamp. 4th mana gets us everything in our hand except the Reduce to Ashes, and we're just going to need a red mana at some point anyway. Does not do much against the Skulk. Or does a lot versus the Skulk, I should say. Well, so we can Mad Prophet. That's probably our best option at the moment. And just attack. And then we can start Madness drawing stuff, which seems better to me. Ooh. It's pretty good. Guess we actually want to... Well, I want to play the Masquerade and the Vamp, because then that sets me up for Reduced to Ashes next turn. So I think I don't think it matters if the Masquerade is a surprise, which kind of makes me just want to play the Masquerade, although discard fodder to Mad Prophet next turn could still be useful. We don't have to make use of all of our mana, although being able to cast Reduce to Ashes next turn is pretty important. I'm going to play Styncia Masquerade and pass, and then we're going to get our Mad Prophet value at the end of our opponent's turn. And like I said, this sets us up for Reduce to Ashes. Basically, any land draw at this point can go to Mad Prophet, so even though I'm losing out on this Styncia Masquerade surprise madness value, I don't actually think it matters. And now we have the perfect Reduce to Ashes target, so it kind of just worked out perfect for us here. Westvale Abbey, sure. Well, that's not a land I'm willing to lose here. So let's just reduce the Arsonist to Ashes. And we can swing with all 3, I guess, since I'm not ditching anything. It does have 3 card types in Yard, something I need to be, I guess, conscious of. All right. Oh, I guess because he gets the... what happens is I first strike kill the wolf. He doesn't have a creature in his yard. It gets his 4th creature type, then the scav. So it actually does benefit us to kill the scavenger here. That's all right. Not a huge deal. He was going to get a creature in his yard at some point. He still did end up taking 5 damage. We lost our guy, but we have a Voldaren Duelist in our hand, which I think is going to be pretty good for us next turn. Is his best play to pump? Maybe he's got a rabid bite, which he's going to do post-combat. We'll see. That's my guess. Soul Swallower. Well, he does have that online, but he's in some pretty bad trouble here now. Accomplice, which we can also play. So let's go Duelist. This can't block. Get in. That gets bigger. Play Accomplice. And pass. So Soul Swallower gets a little bit bigger here. So Soul Swallower cannot block Pale Rider, which is certainly relevant. We are just a creature away from Westvale Abbey being everything we need it to be. Solitary Hunter, so opponent has yet another blocker, but like I said, we are just a creature away from Westvale Abbey value, so let's just Mad Prophet. Okay, so now we just pass. All right. See what he attacks with. I mean, we can afford to take a lot of damage here and still kill him on Crackback. He has to know that because we get to make a guy, so we can afford to take 14 points of damage, still make a guy, and Crackback for lethal. All right, we're going to take 9 because that thing has tramples. Oof. So if I swing with everything, he blocks. He takes 3. It's not enough. All right, we're going to need some Mad Prophet magic here. Could very well be SOL here. Do not have 5 creatures. Looks like an inopportune and costly, unfortunately costly mana clump. Very close though. Like I said, we were about as close as you can get to winning on a couple fronts, but just fell behind enough on the Soul Swallower where could not keep up. Am I dead anyway? Probably, I'm assuming I'm dead. Yeah, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Take 6. Did not quite get there. All right. All right. All right, let's go to game 3. Hope to do a little bit better there. Could take the Malevolent Whispers, I guess. He does have a huge trampler that we just lost against. That might be the right idea. Although Magmatic Chasm would have also done it. Maybe Spiteful Motives is the thing I can ditch for the Whispers, but how many other good creatures does he have? He doesn't have that many. He does have the Gatstaff Arsonist. He has a Solitary Hunter. He has a Howl Pack Wolf. He has the Inflatable Wolf that we could theoretically inflate. Maybe we ditch the Macabre Waltz, because he's running like Reduced to Ashes. Let's just bring in Malevolent Whispers is basically what I'm trying to say. Alright, let's try this again. This hand's fine. I don't have any problems with this hand. It's wanting some higher pressure cards, but that's all right. All right, that's a good draw. Well, if he had dual shot, I think he would have played it there. So next turn we get to jam a duelist, which is pretty nice. Sin Prodder's a good card. Styncia Masquerade is very good too. We're going to Masquerade now? I guess we can't. All right. That's all right. Oops. So we get him for 5 here. I guess we set up for Mad Prophet for Styncia Masquerade value. Vessel of Nascency. Well, I can pay 1 life. Gloom Widow, which is really what we want to see, since it just cannot block. So I can play Masquerade and swing with Duelist, or I can play Mad Prophet and set up for a Masquerade. It almost makes more sense to me to just... I think it actually, yeah, I think we just play the Masquerade and swing with everything. And he just does not have a good block. All right, opponent was like, all right, I guess I'm toast. So, Aristocrat, Duelist, doing some work. Masquerade, doing some work. Cool. We'll see you round 2.